To bust a ghost, you've first got to see the ghost, and these spectacles give you 20/20 vision of the afterlife. Invented by Dr. Egon Spengler and Dr. Ray Stantz in 1984, the Ecto goggles allow the user to optically monitor psychokinetic manifestations that may otherwise be invisible to the naked eye. But how do they work? Just like night vision goggles. As a matter of fact, the Ecto goggles are modified PVS 5A military night vision goggles retrofitted with custom lenses and sensors. Instead of visually tracking heat signatures or infrared particles, they visually track PKE valences. You see, ectoplasmic manifestations, or ghosts, are composed of psychokinetic energy and negatively charged ions. When their ions are dispersed, it decreases their non-neutral plasma-like formations. Basically, it makes the spirit invisible to the naked eye. The Ecto goggles are able to detect fewer of those dispersed ions, enhance them, and convert it as a clear image. With this technology, the ghosts no longer spy on you, you spy on them. That's right. Now you are the creepy peeping Tom peering through the bedroom window of the afterlife. Do you suffer from a perverted poltergeist sneaking a peek of your most intimate moments? Is a sick spook haunting your bedroom, shower, kinky sex dungeon, or the nearest box of Kleenex when watching Pornhub? Call Ghostbusters Northwest today and use the promo code BustinMakesMeFeelGood for 20% off entrapment and containment of your spectral offender. The Ecto goggles are able to detect and visualize these invisible spirits using 3 key components: an infrared illuminator, a full-spectrum lens, and a PKE lens. The infrared illuminator projects a beam of infrared light that reflects off objects and bounces back to the goggle lens. This creates a clear image of your surroundings, no matter the environmental conditions. The full-spectrum lens acts like a camera with the filter removed. This allows ultraviolet light and additional infrared frequencies to be visible, allowing you to observe a wider spectrum of light you couldn't see before. This is crucial, as ghosts often hide in the edges of this light spectrum, like wallflowers at the homecoming dance of the undead. The PKE lens works similar to a PKE meter by collecting negatively charged ions and ejected neutrons created when a ghost manifests. However, instead of being converted into an audio signal, they pass through a series of optical lenses and are converted into an image. Upon entering through the first lens, the particles enter the image intensifier tube. This is a special electronic vacuum tube powered by a battery and contains the same components as the PKE meter sensors. This positively charges the incoming particles before passing into the next lens, called the microchannel plate. This is a small glass disc with millions of tiny holes that multiplies the number of electrons, thus amplifying the electric signal several thousand times over. That electric signal then makes contact with a sensor that creates an image of the manifestation source. The Ecto goggles then take all 3 images, the infrared, full spectrum, and PKE image data, and overlay them together into a single image. Now you can see a ghost. To operate the Ecto goggles, follow these steps. 1. Activate the power switch. 2. Place the goggles over your eyes and pull the side straps until the goggles are snug. 3. Lock in the focus by adjusting the eyepiece focal rings. 4. Set the lens angle using the tilt adjust knobs. And lastly, set the range focus by adjusting the range focus knobs. With the goggles now calibrated, you can begin searching for ghosts. The Ecto goggles contain an interior display that visually depicts important data to help determine the proximity of the spectral entities. On the left is the PKE level indicator. This displays the level of psychokinetic activity as a bar graph. After mapping a room, the display establishes the neutral PKE level, or zero vector, also known as the kernel, which is displayed as a red KER. As psychokinetic activity rises, so does the bar graph, with the red KER switching to max. Upon visual sighting of the psychokinetic activity, the reading will switch to a green max, confirming the presence of a ghost. Above the PKE level indicator is the PKE location tracker. This display roughly maps out the location of the psychokinetic activity, like ghost radar. On the right is a simplified version of the PKE level indicator. When no PKE is detected, a red light blinks. When trace amounts of PKE are picked up, a green light appears next to it. Upon visual sighting of the psychokinetic energy, only the green light will blink. This simple indicator light allows the user to keep their focus on their environment, only referencing the full PKE level indicator when specific data points are required. In later models, the Ecto goggles were retrofitted with Polaroid cameras. This modification was made after the Huckert ghostwriting incident of 1991, where an amateur ghost hunter discovered that Polaroid spectrofilm was able to naturally capture ectoplasmic and psychokinetic activity. Whether it was due to a fluke in manufacturing or its unique chemical makeup, Polaroid spectrofilm was, and is, the only film with this unique ability. Sadly, spectrofilm was discontinued in 2008, but thankfully Polaroid continues to manufacture limited quantities exclusively for Ghostbusters. Taking a spectra photo with Ecto goggles is an easy 4-step process. 1. Slide the flash release button. 2. Press the large red shutter button. 3. Press down and hold the photo eject button. And 4. Shake it off, shake it off. Congratulations! You can now successfully observe and track a ghost. If you find that you have an invisible man sleeping in your bed, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters Northwest, serving the Pacific Northwest's supernatural elimination needs.